As the old saying goes, March comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb. So with this week's gear drop, I guess you can decide whether a brand new bow is either the lion or the lamb, but that's what you're getting when you play this week's gear drop. Athens Archery has donated the TAP Edition 32, and it's hard to argue with the numbers that this thing is putting out. So before I kick this over to Sam to tell you about all those numbers, I want to ask you guys to hit subscribe. You'll see the BaseMap icon in the lower right-hand corner of the video screen, or else just navigate back to the homepage and hit subscribe for us. We've got numbers growing every week with GearDrop, more participants, and I'm telling you right now, you're not going to want to miss GearDrop in the next 3 to 4 weeks. There is some of the best prizes that have come along yet that will be going out the door to somebody who's playing along. If you haven't downloaded BaseMap, that's all you need to do to play. So hit the app stores, Google Play, download for free. You don't need to be a pro member to be playing. Everyone has just as many opportunities for guest markers. So just go download BaseMap, play GearDrop, and you're gonna see a lot more awesome prizes coming down the pipe. So with that, here's Sam to tell you more about the Athens Archery Ridge 32.
Hey everyone, Sam here. Going to talk to you today about the Athens Archery TAP Edition Ridge 32. We'll talk about some of the new features that are available on the 2020 bows. We'll talk about what makes the TAP Edition unique. What is a tapped out bow? We often use that term. And I'll explain what it is that you get with a TAP Edition bow, how our products bring additional value to that bow, and what they do in terms of performance, because ultimately that really is the key. We are enhancing the performance of the product. So let's start by looking at front side and back side of the Ridge 32 model. This is a 32-inch axle to axle. You have the ability to make draw length adjustments in half-inch increments. It does have a modular system on the cam. And this is important to note. For 2020, that is a change. Prior to that, given that they had draw length specific cams that were available again in those half-inch increments, in order to make draw length changes, you would have to entirely change the cam. Now you just have to get a new module. So there's less cost, less time involved, less work. You do of course still need a bow press to remove that module, but again, considerably less work involved, and it's still a highly efficient cam system. And that is one reason that they did have the draw length specific cams in the past, is that they are so efficient. I have done some chronograph testing with the Summit 6 that I have in the 2020 version, and it is exceptionally fast. This is a very efficient cam system. So you have that new for 2020. The riser geometry, the configuration of that is the same as the 2019. The overall features of it in terms of its spec on weight and IBO speed are the same. Let's talk about those things. So this is about a 4.3 pound mass weight bow. It's available in 10 pound increments of draw weight adjustment. So you're looking at say 50 to 60, 60 to 70, there's a 55 to 65, there's lower draw weight options available. So just keep that in mind when you're considering what it is you want. It is 10 pounds of range. This color you see in front of you here, this is TAP specific. We negotiated with them to get this set up so that we could offer this color. Some people call it OD green. What the actual term for this color is, this powder color is, the actual name is matte gun green. So that's what you'll see on our website. That is only available through TAP. So if you want matte gun green on your riser, you will have to go through TAP to get it. Also, only available through us, and what you get with this bow is the TAP cable guard and the TAP string stop. Now, if you're not familiar with our products, let me give you a little insight on what they are, what they do. Why would you want a titanium cable guard and titanium string stop? Well, besides the fact that you get improved consistency on speed, that is one of the key features. You get a smoother draw with the titanium tube you have here and the Saunders Hyperglide slide. You also get a slightly different resonance that is occurring because you have additional titanium material in the bow system. That is critical, and that assists in lowering the downrange effect of the shot noise. So wherever we can work titanium into place, that is one of the effects that is seen. The string stop, same thing. String stop in particular is what really enhances that aspect of the suppression of noise. It is the tube here, titanium tube, and the limb saver node that are receiving the brunt of the energy deposition that occurs here. Obviously the arrow is receiving the primary amount of that, but anything that's left over is not being dumped into the arrow, and it is not being absorbed to some extent by the limbs and such. A lot of that is occurring here. And if we can change the frequency of the sound output, which we have been able to show, effectively show that that is occurring, then you are getting true downrange sound mitigation. And I'll get into that more in the future, but that, just know that that is the purpose of a titanium string stop. That's what ours does for you. So back to the bow itself. Again, you have the 32-inch axle to axle. You have a 340 IBO speed. So it is certainly a shootable, smooth bow. It draws very smooth, and that is one thing Athens has been known for. But it does have more than sufficient speed as well. And I have found in doing chronograph tests that they do live up to their IBO ratings. And that is really critical to me. I know it's important to a lot of people that they are honest in their advertising. So you have 4.3 pounds, 340 IBO, you have a 32-inch axle to axle, and you have a 6 3/4 inch brace height. Very good overall hunting package. This is a bow that can accommodate really any range, any number of arrow weights and setups, and is very maneuverable, but also offers a platform which gives you sufficient amount of stability for longer range accuracy. And if you've been following us for any length of time and you've seen the type of videos that I do and the type of shooting that I'm into, you know that longer range accuracy is important to me, and then it's important that I can demonstrate to people what our products can do on a bow at these longer distances. And by longer distances, of course, we're talking not 20, 30, 40, we're talking 70, 80, 90, 100, and further. Now, stabilizer that is on this bow, the one that you see right here, this is our all-new model. This is the TAP DOA Ultralight Stabilizer. This is the 8.75 inch version. We also have a 6.75 inch, and we have a 10.75 inch. So they go up in 2-inch increments. This is the lightest stabilizer we've ever designed, and it is incredibly good at suppressing post-shot residual felt vibration. So if that's something you're looking for, this can deliver that. Gives a very good feel post-shot. So essentially that covers a lot of what you would need to know on the basics. There's a couple other notable things that are more small detail, but they're important. So you may want to look a little closer on the Athens website or examine some of our pictures more in depth. You can see here I have a slideshow running of various Ridge 32 bows that we've put together and sold. One thing that I do think it's important to note is that a lot of people are now converting over to using side stabilizers. And Athens has conveniently made sure to include a rear-facing bushing so that you can put your side stabilizer mount there. That is the ideal location for it, to have it in that lower region close to that lower cam where it can be most effective. They also have 2 sets of tapped holes for your sight mounting. There's a lot of options included that are very convenient and very effective. So I invite you to take a look more closely. Go to titaniumarcheryproducts.com, go to the All Products, and then under that All Products tab, you can find our tapped out bows section. And you can learn more there. YouTube, we have Instagram where we put a tremendous amount of content out. Facebook, we're all over the place on social media, so look for us. I thank you for your time. I ask you to stay tapped out. And take care.
Like I said, hard to argue with those numbers. A 32-inch axle bow with a 6 3/4 inch brace height, pushing 340 feet per second. That's definitely in the range of competition with every other big hitter out there producing a bow. And at that price point of about $850, it's even harder to argue with giving it a chance. 90% let off, 80 to 90% let off, excuse me, and coming in at just over 4 pounds. Western hunts, whitetail guys, everything. This checks all the boxes for sure. And if you're in the market for a new bow, you got turkey season right around the corner, all those spring bear hunts, and a lot of tag results, a lot of drawing results coming out right now. So if your name happens to be on one and you are in the market for some new gear, check out Athens Archery. They're made in the USA and they have a transferable lifetime warranty. So that means if you find a used one and you want to buy it off somebody else, that warranty transfers to you as the new owner. They back these things 100%, made in the USA. I can't stress it enough. They've got dealers all over the country pushing the product, and that means there's that many people out there working on these things on the regular. So it's not like you're taking in something foreign to an archery shop. There's plenty of people out there selling these things. And one of the things I know that they are most proud of is the back your hunt guarantee. If you're on a paid hunt with an outfitter and something happens to your bow that decommissions you from the hunt, they will get you into an Athens Archery bow and get you back out there in the field. So really cool from those guys. Check them out online, check them out on the social channels. But while you're on social, do us a huge favor, hit subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We put a lot of stuff on Twitter as well. So with that, I gotta tell you guys, as always, we thank you for trusting BaseMap to help you plan, navigate, and share your outdoor adventures.